Hi, I'm Jim Casey. As a former top producing real estate agent, I'll never forget the time I met a prospect who was looking for a house with a 6-car garage. Now, I don't know about your city, but in Minneapolis in 1995, there weren't a lot of houses with 6-car garages. In fact, it was almost a year after meeting this particular buyer prospect that I was on tour with my office looking at our new listings when I discovered one of them had a 3-car tandem garage. That meant the garage was 3 cars wide and 2 cars deep. Voila, a 6-car garage. Unfortunately, I hadn't spoken to my buyer prospect in months, and honestly, I couldn't for the life of me remember his name. But because I was taking lots of notes in my contact management software, I was able to quickly search my entire database for the customer who wanted a 6-car garage. And in minutes, I was on the phone encouraging them to get to the house immediately. Well, they did, and they wrote a full price offer on the property that night. I also listed and sold their home shortly thereafter. Now that's the power of using a database. I'm contacting you today to give you advance notice of a brand new service called AgentOfficeExperts.com. If you've never used a contact manager or already own Agent Office, but have never seen a measurable return on your investment, I'd like to offer you free training and money-making, duplicatable strategies that I've shared with mega agents like Craig Proctor and Alan Daum. If you've missed my previous 3 emails, I want to share a 4th and final strategy with you, and I'm going to do it for free. The sad fact is that most people who purchase a contact management software program for real estate never really get it to work properly or profitably. In these challenging economic times, it is more important than ever to follow up on leads and stay in touch with your past customers. I can show you how to do just that, and I promise to make it easy, automatic, and fun. I'm only offering this free training to a limited number of people.
To launch a listing plan, you need to open up the listing module, and then you need to do a Control-L on your keyboard, which takes you to the listing lookup. And then with the view option here, and you typically select your active listings, click on whichever listing you'd like to launch a plan for. Now, in many cases, when you add a listing directly into Agent Office, you'll launch the plan at the same time. But we didn't really want to go into launching plans until I showed you in detail how you create these plans, edit them, and now what we're showing is after the fact how you can actually launch these for a particular listing. So we've clicked to highlight the listing we want, we click on OK, and we go to this tab that says Plans. Now by default, the activity plans listed will always show all of them. We can thin this list by simply clicking on Listing Plans. And you'll see we have 2 plans here. We have the standard one that comes with Agent Office, and then we have the one that we've just revised for our personal needs. And this one's called Jim's Listing Plan. The only other thing we have to do here after highlighting it is decide what day we'd like to launch the plan. Now 9 out of 10 times you're going to launch it on the day you're actually entering this listing into Agent Office. But if you'd like to alter the launch date, you simply put your pointer over the date, double click, and on the calendar here select a different launch date. What I want to show you is what will happen if I change the launch date from today, which is going to schedule a bunch of things to be done today and tomorrow. If I postpone this listing to say the 17th, as soon as I click on OK, you'll see it resets all of these activities based on this launch date. So once you determine when you'd like to launch this plan, you simply click on the Launch Plan button. You'll get this confirmation that says ready to launch Jim's listing plan for Helen Anderson with the inception date of 8/17/2009. Now the name Helen Anderson came because this is who we have linked to this listing as the sellers. So we'll simply click on OK, and it will ask us, how would you like us to handle form letters that are included in this plan? We have the option of saying no matter what, send them all as letters. The second option is say no matter what, send them all as emails. And finally, we can use the contact preference. Now you may not have to go back to some of the earlier videos when we showed you how to add a contact, but you may recall that when we added a contact into the database and we recorded an email address for them, right below that email address, there was an option to select prefers email. If we did that for the Helen and Edward Anderson record and we clicked Use Contact Preference, it would automatically know to convert any of the undefined, like in this case, undefined mail. It would then convert that to an email. So the safest is to select Use Contact Preference, but for those of you who are always going to send these out as form letters, simply select Print as Letters. So we'll click on OK. And now what we'll see over here is activity plans already in progress, and we can now see this action plan, the date it was launched, and all of those activities now appear at the very bottom. Keep in mind that these same activities will occur on whoever's calendar they've been assigned to. So, for example, on August 17th, there's a letter, thanks for the listing. Now, if I double-click this, I can see that that's assigned to Sally Johnson. So just for fun, we'll go over here and open up the scheduler module. We'll change it to the 17th. And what we'll do is change the calendar from me to Sally. And we can see here on her to-do list is a letter. And if I double-click it, we can see what the name of it is. It says, thanks for the listing. And it's assigned to my assistant to print out that letter on this given date.